So I'm out on a practice ride for the Dirty South. This will be my last long ride before the race, which is in 2 weeks. Hoping to get in 70 miles today. Mostly easy stuff. I've got a new setup for my GoPro. I want to see if I like it, see if I want to try to get any footage during the race, but I don't want to do it with any risk involved. I don't want to drop my camera. I don't want to cause myself to wreck. So I'm practicing with this little rig a little bit today. See if I like it, and if I do, I'll try to get some race footage during the race in a couple of weeks. No heroics today. Zone 2 endurance pace. Try to keep my heart rate at 130, 135. It may peak now and then. I'm okay with that. Just want to get my last endurance ride, 2 weeks out from the race. I'll have a couple more hard rides this week, and I'll slowly start cutting back on the intensity by next week and the duration by next week. And it's race time. The GoPro picks it up. This is that first turn. You go in, gradual uphill, and then up there is where you're going. That's just the very beginning of it. You can see that slope. That's a tough section, but it gets worse later. I'm about to say it's going to be a good day, because it already is a good day. Even if you're not an avid biker but want to bike the stretch of road, you can park up at the northern or the southern part of the trail. You can go drive up the big hill and then park at the top. There's several pullouts all the way along the way. And you can park up there and tool around up on the ridge. It's well worth it, especially on a beautiful day like today. Look at this place. This place is a real gem of Southern Illinois. Ah, yeah. I don't know if you can hear the wind, so I've got my wind cover on the GoPro. It's really windy. Kind of like last year's Dirty South. And I know there's other bikers out here, judging by the cars in Alto Pass and along Pine Hills Road, cars with bike racks, those kind of things. So there's other bikers out here, and if you went down the levee today, which is right there, those of you that went down there today, my hat's off to you. It's windy, but whew, you are an animal. I don't want to go down there today. That wind is awful. It's a good day for practicing that though, but not for me. So I'm going to go over to Trail of Tears. I'm going to do a half a loop there. There's one segment that I did pretty good on last time I tried it. I haven't given it 100% so far. So since this is mostly an endurance ride, I'm going to go for a PR on that. It's only like 2 miles on the Trail of Tears. Well, I don't know if I PR'd on that segment. I had a headwind the whole way, and the trail was rougher than the last time I rode it. Especially that part where it says hill. The whole thing's hilly, but there's a sign that says hill. That downhill and the turn at the bottom are pretty bad shape. So if you've never done that and you're doing the DSR in 2 weeks, take it easy on that section. That's what I recommend. So I'm on my second lap of the northern loop of the Dirty South course. And that wind has really picked up. You know, this stretch of road here, which is kind of the bottoms, right before you get to the turnoff to start going up the hill. It's pretty rough. It's way rougher than I remember the last time I've ridden it. I don't know what that means for you, but for me it means get ready to have my teeth rattle out of my head. Second pass. Why did I do this to myself? It's tough. I'm kind of tired. I'm at 50 miles in. Let me say a word about this final climb into Alto Pass. It's a frustrating climb. It's kind of long. It's going to be at the very end of the race. It just keeps on going. And then when you think you're at the top, it dips down and then continues on up some more. Doesn't look like much, but it's pretty long. So I just looked back. I noticed there's someone coming. You can see him. I wonder if he's trying to drop the hammer and catch me. But whoever he or she is, they will. I'm not going fast. I'm trying to keep my heart rate down. We'll catch a little video, see if they're friendly. Wonder if seeing me up the road is motivating for them. They're closing in. Maybe someone I know. Let's see. I wonder if I can drop the hammer. Because I'm sure seeing me up the road is motivating, right? I could attack this hill. I don't know if I want to. I'd rather see who it is. You're getting close. Come on! You're getting close! I've been watching you. Oh yeah. You gonna be here for the DSR?
No.
No.
DSR?
Dirty South?
Well,
Dirty South Roubaix?
I copied the route.
Oh yeah. You did the whole thing today?
Yeah, I'm like a couple of stages. I'm gonna go up to the cross and.
All right. That's a good hill.
River up on the bluff.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, that's the best road I've been on.
How'd you like that wind? On the did you go down the?
On the Levy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do it? I made a comment on video. I said hats off to anyone that's doing that today. I bet those aero bars were useful.
Yeah, it was bumpy.
Yeah.
But I was happy on the way back. Had a nice tailwind.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You on Strava?
Yeah.
I'll look you up, all right?
Yeah, sure.
All right. You have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
If you can see that. Finished up my ride, 69 miles, 450 was my time. Average 14.3. Pretty pleased with that. For mostly trying to maintain a zone 2 heart rate and wattage levels. It's kind of impossible on this route with all the hills, of course, and that wind today. Today was a shakedown ride, so 2 weeks until the race. I was on the northern half of the course, and I did 2 loops on the northern half rather than the northern and the southern loop, just because I didn't want to get too far out in the boonies by myself. It'd be hard to get someone to come and help me if I got into trouble out there, had a mechanical issue. So anyway, I did the first loop. Tire pressures, I had the front at 38 and the back at 42. I've ridden that before on this course and felt pretty good. Wanted to see if I could bring up that back pressure a little bit. So after I did my first loop, I stopped by the car and I put a little more pressure in the back, so I brought it up to 44. And I got out on the course, went through the gravel sections, and I figured out pretty quickly when I was going up the Pine Hills Road climb that the 44 PSI wasn't going to work for me. I was losing a little bit of traction, a little wheel slippage, and I got that occasional pinging sound of rocks bing, shooting to the side. Those are hallmarks of meaning your pressure's too high. So I got up the hill and I thought, do I want to drop it down? Or I can make the rest of the ride at 44 pounds, no problem. And I got all the way down to the southern part of that stretch of gravel, and I was going 28, 29, 30 miles an hour and blew a flat on the back tire. I quickly stopped, and this is great. I was not mad at all. I was very happy about this because this is a shakedown ride. Last year on this race, I was running a tubeless, had a flat, didn't have any experience in fixing a flat on the tubeless, and got into trouble. Went through 3 CO2 cartridges. Didn't have a pump with me. I had to wait for some kind soul, and if I remember right, he was in a yellow and red Elmo jersey. Dude, shout out if you're out there somewhere. But anyway, he saved my butt, gave me CO2 cartridges. I threw a tube in and went on my way, and told myself I'd never go tubeless again. Anyway, I got these new tires and I'm running tubeless. So I got out there, got a flat. I was kind of prepared. I learned a lot more about how to repair it tubeless, and I got it fixed. Within about 4 minutes, I was back on the road. I did learn something, that I carry 2 CO2 cartridges with me, and I carry a pump as a backup. But guess what? That pump, which I use once in a while, apparently I've done too many wet, muddy, gravelly rides with it, and it doesn't work. I can't get it to open, so the seal is locked up on that thing. So I only had 2 CO2 cartridges. So I had to plug my flat because it was the hole in the tire, because it was too big to self-seal, and that worked out great. That's the first time I got to do that and have it actually work. Use a CO2 cartridge, got it filled back up, and on my way. So that left me with 1 tube in my bag and 1 more CO2 cartridge. So I was a little more cautious on the way back. I made sure my pressure was low enough to where I wasn't going to risk flatting again like that. So it was a good shakedown ride. I had all my nutrition, all my water with me, all the gear I'm going to have with me at the race, and I've got it dialed in. I'll have to replace that pump, and I'll probably put my CO2 cartridge somewhere else where I can get to it faster, because how I did is I turned the hole downward so sealant could get in there, and I turned it up, put my finger on it while it was trying to keep pressure to slow down the leak, while with my other hand I was able to grab my plugs and get them in place, and then place the plug in there. And then my CO2 cartridge, though, I had to get out of the bag, which is in the back. So next time on the race day, I'll have one of those in my pocket with the little nozzle attached to it. So I'll change that. But it was a great experience. I'm so glad it happened today. It was a shakedown ride, and I got to experience that actually on the road. So I was pretty happy about that. Beautiful day, pretty windy. Met one other biker out there, and that's it. See you later.